City of Northglenn, Channel 8, keeping you informed of events in your community.
Okay. I'd like to call the regular City Council meeting to order. Joanna, would you call the roll, please?
Not there.
She's Joanna. Okay, we lost her. Hold on a second.
Stuck out in there.
Oh. Well, we'll hold for a second.
The Denver Brook. We're ready for you, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Joanna.
Meredith will be in just a couple minutes.
Okay. All right. I brought the meeting to order, so would you call the roll, please? I didn't realize that you weren't there. Sorry.
Mayor Downey.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Dodge.
Here. Councilmember Snetzinger. Councilmember Malika.
Here.
Councilmember Sowers. Here. Councilmember Joe Brown.
Here.
Councilmember Becky Brown.
Here.
Councilmember Whitman.
Here.
Councilmember Escabel.
Here.
Thank you. Would you stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I just want to take a second before we continue on with the agenda to welcome everybody to this very special City Council meeting. We're here tonight to say goodbye to those council members that are leaving and welcoming those that will sit on the 2017 through 2019 City Council. It is so important that family and friends are here to show their support. There will be lots of nights away from home and lots of long hours. Lots of decisions and challenges for these new council people. So they will need your ongoing support. And so this is a good showing that you will be supporting them, and I appreciate that. I do congratulate each and every one of you that have taken this step to continue to move Northglenn into the future. It truly is an exciting time for Northglenn. This is wonderful. So thank you for being here. So now, what you are all here for is that I will ask Judge McGinn, please, to come forward. She is our Northglenn Municipal Judge. Hi. Hi. And she will be administering the oaths of office to our candidates. So, first one, I believe,
our new mayor, Carol Dodge. Do you want to come down here?
Thank you, Mayor.
Do it this way. Let's see. Do you want to raise your right hand? And then I have this microphone. Can I give that to you so that everyone can hear you? Okay. All right. Please state after me. I, Carol Dodge,
I, Carol Dodge,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
and the City Charter and ordinances
and the City Charter and ordinances
of the City of Northglenn,
of the City of Northglenn,
and will faithfully perform the duties
and will faithfully perform the duties
of the office of Mayor of the City of Northglenn,
of the office of Mayor of the City of Northglenn,
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. right, sign right there. All right. Is that it? Yep, that's it. Thank you. All right. Meredith Leidy. Let me get this. Leidy, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Please raise your right hand. I, Meredith Leidy,
I, Meredith Leidy,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
and the city charter and ordinances
and the city charter and ordinances
of the City of North Glen,
of the City of North Glen,
and will faithfully perform the duties
and will faithfully perform the duties
of the office of council member
of the office of council member
of the City of North Glen,
of the City of North Glen,
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations. I'll date it once we get everyone through. All right, congratulations. All right, Julie Duran Mullica. Please raise your right hand. I, Julie Duran Mullica,
I, Julie Duran Mullica,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
and the city charter and ordinances
and the city charter and ordinances
of the City of North Glen,
of the City of North Glen,
and will faithfully perform the duties
and will faithfully perform the duties
of the office of council member
of the office of council member
of the City of North Glen,
of the City of North Glen,
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Virginia Clay Wilford. Yeah.
Yeah. He's the official clapper.
Oh, good. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Please raise your right hand. I, Virginia Clay Wilford,
I, Virginia Clay Wilford,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
and the city charter and ordinances
and the city charter and ordinances
of the City of North Glen,
of the City of North Glen,
and will faithfully perform the duties
and will faithfully perform the duties
of the office of council member
of the office of council member
of the City of North Glen,
of the City of North Glen,
upon which I am about to enter.
of which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. And now that the new council members have been sworn in and seated, I'm going to ask Joanna to call the roll of the new 2017-2019 City Council.
Mayor Dodge.
Here.
Councilmember Wilford.
Present.
Councilmember Duran Mullica.
Present.
Councilmember Sowers. Here. Councilmember Joe Brown.
Here.
Councilmember Leidy.
Present.
Councilmember Becky Brown.
Here.
Councilmember Whitman.
Here.
Councilmember Escabel.
Here.
Thank you, everyone. Before we start the meeting, I'm going to give a chance for all the new people to thank friends and family that came to see them get sworn in tonight. And I think I'll start. There are so many people here that I haven't seen in a long time, and I love that you guys showed up to support me. It really means the world to me. This job is really important. It's a lot of responsibility. I've been thinking about the responsibility a lot lately, and I definitely want to thank all the residents that voted for me, that trust that I can do a good job in this position. And I just know that the next 4 years will be challenging, but I think that they'll be rewarding at the same time. So I look forward to just doing the best job that I can do for North Glen, because I've always had North Glen in my heart, and I'm only going to do good things for the city. So I trust that you'll stand behind me and give me your support throughout the 4 years. So thank you very much. Oh, wait. So not that you're all not special, because you're all special, but my dad is back there. And he's 88 years old, and we got him to come out tonight, so I'm so glad that he's here, and I'm sure he never thought that he would ever see me being sworn in as a mayor of anything. So it's good. So thank you, Dad. Love you.
What about Wayne?
I love my husband, too. Oh, do I have to? I'll do the whole family. All right, now I will do the whole family now that you said that. My husband, unconditional support and love. Couldn't do it without you. My wonderful daughter who's hiding somewhere, who always makes me smile no matter what. And I love your support, too. You're the greatest. My son can't be here today because he's at school, but I'm sure he's here in spirit, and he would be here supporting me, too. So that's it for family. I'm really done this time. Thank you. Okay, so we'll start with Ward 1. You could go
Sure.
first.
Well, thank you. I'm Meredith Leidy, and and Maddie gets a shout out in the back. That's my daughter. Where's Logan? Oh, there he is. Yes, they've been so supportive, and it's awesome. All my parents are here, which is so great. So my sister's in the back. And I get emotional, so excuse that, but thank you, and I'm looking forward to this opportunity. Yeah, that's all I got.
Ward 2. Oh, wait, that's right. Ward 2 is still being counted, and it hasn't been decided yet. So we'll skip Ward 2, and we'll go to Ward 3. Julie Mullica.
I'd really just like to thank everybody who came here to support me. I have lots of family in the room. I have my parents in the back. Wave your hands, guys. And my sister. I have 3 nephews here. Well, 4 nephews with Leonard. My Gabriella, who's my special girl. The baby who left crying, that was mine. That was Logan. Blanket it all. And then I have my wonderful brother and his girlfriend Brittany here. And then my mother-in-law who took my son out, and then her partner Celeste. So, I have lots of support in this room, and I'm really excited about this next chapter, and really challenging myself to do the best for my community here. And of course, thank you for my neighbors who believed in me and who felt like I deserved a seat up here. So, thank you for everyone.
And our new Ward 4 council member, Jenny Wilford.
Thank you so much, Mayor Dodge. It's a pleasure to serve with you.
Thank you.
I am truly honored by everybody who came out this evening to watch us all be sworn in. This entire campaign process, from deciding to run to knocking on doors and getting to know the incredible community that we have right here in North Glen, has been one of the greatest experiences of my life. I feel a lot of pride for the people that stand shoulder to shoulder with us every single day, who are just trying to make a living and have a good life. So I take this role very seriously, and I'm incredibly honored to be sitting up here. I want to say a quick thank you to my husband, Matt, and my son, Jackson, who helped me with the swearing in here. And I think my son's out there right now yelling, clap, clap, clap. So he's my official cheerleader. And then my mom and dad were on FaceTime from Alabama since they weren't able to be here this evening. So thank you all so much for this opportunity, and know that I'll be working hard and I won't let you down.
So the first item of business that we're going to do tonight is a little bit ceremonial. We're going to recognize the outgoing council members. I'm going to come down. And I'm going to bring my water. I believe we are beginning with outgoing Mayor Joyce Downing. Where is she hiding? Right here.
Oh.
Come on over. Are you ready to hear your story? It sounds pretty good. Okay, Joyce Downing was appointed as a Ward 2 council member to fill a vacancy in October 1990. She was then elected to serve a full term as the Ward 2 council member and was elected to subsequent terms which ran through 2003. Joyce took a break from council due to term limits and then ran again for the Ward 2 seat in November 2007. She served a partial term and left, but this time to be sworn in as mayor after a successful election in November 2009. Joyce has completed 2 full terms as the mayor and has served the city of North Glen as a member of the city council for over 23 years combined. That's dedication, because that's a long time. While serving on city council, Joyce has been part of many projects and has given her time to other organizations as part of her role as mayor. A short list of those are City Council Finance Committee, Historic Preservation Commission, North Area Transportation Alliance, Smart Commute Metro North, Denver Regional Council of Governments, Police Pension Board, Rocky Flats Stewardship Council, North Glen Urban Renewal Authority, North Glen Senior Organization, North Glen Build a Generation, Victim Assistance and Law Enforcement Board, Urban Drainage and Flood Control District, Adams County Economic Development, Adams County Blue Ribbon Committee, and the Metro Mayor's Caucus. So how do you feel after doing all that work? Exhausted. I'm sure you do. Joyce is also a member of the Board of Directors for the Ralston House and has served on the Adams County Cultural Council for a number of years. She has dedicated her time to serving on steering committees with the National League of Cities and has served as the council representative to the Colorado Municipal League. In addition, she led efforts for the preservation of the Stonehawker Farmhouse and was instrumental in getting the house added to the National Register of Historic Places, a project near and dear to her heart. During her term as mayor, Joyce has delivered Meals on Wheels with other community mayors through the Senior Hub, and I think that's awesome. I want to do that too. And has encouraged inclusiveness by welcoming cultural events and organizations into the city. Joyce has held weekly Coffee with the Mayor meetings to engage with residents, has spoken to numerous elementary students who have toured City Council, and has participated in various special events honoring residents, schools, businesses, and special organizations over the years. There's another page yet, too. A partial page. No, look, it's only little. It is my honor on behalf of the City Council, city staff, and the community to thank Joyce for her service to the city. And we would like to invite you to say a few words.
I just want to say it's been my pleasure to serve the city. It's a great city, and we're doing a lot of great, good things here. And so it's my humble pleasure to do that for them. So thank you.
The city is also happy to present this beautiful plaque with some signature events that have occurred here in the city while Joyce has been the mayor. So that is also for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. And this is awkward, but here you go.
Switch. You know, it is.
Switch.
I know. And it is my pleasure now to honor Carol Dodge. So I have worked with Carol for quite a while and have known her before that she decided to run for council member in Ward 1. And I'll just read this because I will not remember all these things. Carol was successfully elected to Ward 1 council member position in November 2009 as a write-in candidate. And truly, that is very difficult to do. So that was quite an accomplishment. And you were elected for your second term in November 2013. While serving on City Council, Carol has been part of many projects and has given her time to other organizations as part of her role on council. Those include the Colorado Municipal League, Denver Regional Council of Governments, Metro North Chamber Liaison, Northglenn Arts and Humanities Foundation, Northglenn Senior Organization, and the Northglenn Youth Commission. Carol has served as Mayor Pro Tem for the last 4 years and has been very active in the community events in promoting the city of Northglenn. Carol has served on the Colorado Municipal League Executive Board for a while and was elected president this past June. So that's very exciting, and congratulations for that. Her commitment to local government and the CML organization is outstanding. She is an advocate for home rule authority and supporting legislation to keep our cities strong. I rewrote what they did. That's what happens. In addition to being a small business owner and serving on City Council, Carol is very active with many nonprofit causes in the community. It is my honor on behalf of the City Council, city staff, and the community to thank you and for your service to the city as a Ward 1 council member for the last 8 years. And I look forward to the next 4 years with you. So congratulations.
Thank you. So I already said something, but having Joyce next to me reminds me that she is a huge part of why I'm even here, because she asked me to run originally in 2009. And she has been a great leader. I hope to model myself after how much she cares about the community. It's in her heart, and everything that she does is for the community, and that is it. And I admire that so much. I respect you, and I wish you good things in the future.
Thank you.
Hey.
We also had a plaque for Carol, and I remember the one in the park. This is pretty cool. She's on the exercise equipment over there. So this is pretty awesome. You guys will have to come up and look at it. So
Thank you.
Go.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome. Thank you.
Okay. All right. We are going to go to the Ward 2 outgoing council member, and that would be Mr. Joe Brown. Come on down.
You know, you guys should have done what you just did at the end, because none of the rest of us are going to compare to anything. I mean, look at this.
How about if I embellish a little bit?
How much of this is true?
It's all true. It's all true.
All embellished. Yeah. Go ahead. Read.
All right. Joe was the first. Oops, see, I already messed it up. Joe was first elected to the Ward 2 council member position in November 2009, when I was. And I'm sorry, but that's pretty cool that we were elected at the same time. We've been on for 8 years, and I appreciate you all the time. He was later elected to a second term in November of 2013. While serving on City Council, Joe has been part of many projects and has given his time to other organizations as part of his role on the council. Those include City Council Finance Committee, City Council Outside Agency Funding Committee. He said he didn't do that, but okay. Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association. We know you did that. Colorado Municipal League. Historic Preservation Commission. Northglenn Urban Renewal Authority.
There you go.
Parks and Rec Advisory Board.
Yeah, I think I was there a couple times.
Planning Commission.
Same thing.
Okay. Joe brought management and business experience to the council, and he has worked to keep public safety and redevelopment top priorities in the city. His common sense approach and balanced style have served him and the city well for the last 8 years. It is my honor on behalf of the City Council, city staff, and the community to thank Joe for his service to the city.
Invite Joe to say a few words. And that was it. Actually, I've had a great time, you know, to the new council members. You have top shelf staff, so treat them well. You got top shelf employees and top shelf citizens, so Thank you very much.
Do you like your... Leave it here.
I can't believe you put glitter on it.
It's beautiful, isn't it? We'll leave these here for everybody else to enjoy later. All right, next we have Ward 3 outgoing council member Kyle Mullica. Hi, Gabby. Okay. Kyle was elected to the Ward 3 council member position in November 2013 and has served in this capacity for the last 4 years. While serving on City Council, Kyle's been part of many projects and has given his time to other organizations as part of his role on the council. Those include City Council Legislative Policy Committee, City Council Outside Agency Funding Committee, Colorado Municipal League, Denver Regional Council of Governments, Rangeview Library District Board Liaison. Kyle was instrumental in creating the Council's Legislative Policy Committee and has been active monitoring and speaking out on legislation affecting North Glen. Kyle has been a vocal supporter of diversity and acceptance in the community, and his excitement for new, innovative ideas and projects will be missed. It is my honor, on behalf of the City Council, city staff, and the community, to thank Kyle for his service to the city. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's been an honor to serve my community the last 4 years. We were going through some pictures the other day, and Gabriella here was just a couple months old when I took office, and so it's crazy to see how time flies and how big she's gotten and the growth that we've seen in our community. I think that we've done a lot of great things in our community the last 4 years, and I'm really proud of that. And so thank you to my wife, my mom, Logan out in the hallway, and everyone that supported me. I think that it's been a great experience and something I'll never forget.
You want to leave yours here, or you want to take it later? That will be for you. That's Dad's pretty picture. Thank you. Last but not least, and she is not here tonight, which really hurts my heart, is outgoing council member Kim Snetzinger. And I'm just going to add a little bit before I read the stats on her. I love Kim Snetzinger. She and I also started at the same time as Joe. And we've been through a lot together over 8 years on City Council, ups and downs. We agree, we disagree. But at the end of the day, I totally respect her honesty. That means a lot to me. I mean, she tells it like it is, and I appreciate that out of her. I always know where she's coming from. I will sorely miss her serving on council, and I wish that she had come tonight, but she's not here. Kim was first elected to the Ward 4 council member position in November 2009, and later elected to a second term in November 2013. While serving on City Council, Kim has been part of many projects and has given her time to other organizations as part of her role on the council. Those include Adams 12 5-Star School Board Liaison, Arts and Humanities Foundation Liaison, City Council Business Relations Coordinator, City Council Finance Committee, City Council Outside Agency Funding Committee, Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association, Colorado Municipal League, Metro North Chamber of Commerce Business and Government Affairs Committee, North Glen Neighborhood Development Corporation, North Glen Urban Renewal Authority, Parks and Rec Advisory Board, and the Planning Commission. Kim has served as a City Council parliamentarian and has been an active member of the City Council. When endorsed by the North Glen Thornton Sentinel for her second term on council, they pointed to Kim's steady approach to targeting economic development and taking care of infrastructure. Kim has been accountable to the residents of Ward 4 and has kept their interest in mind when striving to improve the city. Kim's honest, no-sense approach and her genuine love of the city will be greatly missed. It is my honor on behalf of the City Council and the community and city staff to thank Kim for her service to the city. So please give her a round. Thank you. I believe there's a special presentation. Is Doug Pullen? Where is Doug? Oh, he's right there. I didn't even see you. Come on up.
Joyce, can you come around here, please?
See, I've
to present this gift to you.
Wow.
I hope this isn't the end of your service to the city, but if it is, it's been an honor to serve with you.
That was amazing. Joyce, you don't want to say anything, do you? Not right now. Okay, thank you. Okay. We have a short order of business tonight, and the first is Resolution CR 130, the Mayor Pro Tem election.
I'd like to nominate Marcy Whitman.
Okay. Is there a second? Do we need a second for Mayor Pro Tem? Okay. Other nominations? Are we going to take one at a time?
Making a motion to approve CR 130 with the name Marcy Whitman inserted, then we can vote on CR 130 that way. Or if you would like to take nominations and then narrow it down, that's acceptable as well.
Okay. Okay, we'll take nominations.
I move to approve the resolution by inserting Antonio Escobar to mayor.
Second.
Second. Are there any others? Other nominations? All right.
Do a paper vote. Can we?
You can't do it as a secret vote, so you can't do a paper vote that way, unfortunately, under Colorado law. So you can either, you can approve, you have two motions right now, both of which have been seconded. One with Marcy's name and one with Antonio's name. You can certainly have a discussion amongst yourselves about how to sort of solidify who that individual should be in that motion. That's probably the best, and then I'd make a new motion with, if there's any consensus on who that person should be.
Okay. In my eyes, I would like to actually hear from both of the candidates that have their names for nomination. So we're going to start with Marcy because you were first.
Thank you for nominating me. I think in my 6 years that I've been on council, my involvement in the city and my involvement in the public hearings and being a participatory in hearing what the residents want and bringing that forward is something that I definitely feel like I've accomplished in the 6 years. I think what's really important is having a mayor pro tem that is present at the meetings. I think my attendance record shows that. I've missed a total of 9 meetings in 6 years, all of which have been for business. And I just definitely think it's an opportunity for me for the last 2 years to continue serving out our residents.
Thank you. Antonio?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Julie for the nomination, and I guess number one is I have the time to devote to Mayor Pro Tem. I'm retired. Time is not going to be a factor for me. I have the experience. I know I'm the eldest up here, but I started my leadership career at a very young age. By age 21, I was a sergeant in the United States Army, a non-commissioned officer, and I served there for 6.5 years as a non-commissioned officer. I learned a lot of leadership skills and roles, responsibilities in that position. Now, that's a long time ago. But I've also served as president of the school board in Las Vegas, New Mexico. So I've had that experience of running meetings. I was chair of the Adams County Democratic Party for 2 years, and anybody who can chair that for 2 years through that chaos, believe me, can do anything. I would hope and would help to create a spirit of inclusiveness and transparency. And this is not a reflection on any one person, but I know that I struggled in 2 years because the lack of transparency and the lack of inclusiveness. I believe I can bring a balance to this position, and not just by gender, but by age and experience, and I won't let anybody down.
All right. Anybody else like to add anything? Any discussion?
I just thought about this. You're right, and you're the last man standing.
You're right, Joe.
You're right, Joe.
I said that about somebody else sometime back, too.
Jenny?
You just lean in, and this thing works. Okay, all right.
They're actually a lot more sensitive than you think.
So we just sit back and it works. Okay, so I'll be voting this evening for Antonio because when I was first announced that I won this election, he was one of the first council members to reach out to me and offer to sit down and to make sure that I felt welcomed and that I had the information that I needed to going into this first council meeting. And if that's any indication as far as how he'll serve as Mayor Pro Tem, I think he's already modeled that. And I have a lot of faith in his ability to serve and to be a solid Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you.
Anybody else?
I'll be supporting Marcy. And the reason that I'm supporting Marcy is I really do believe, I talked to Antonio on the phone, and I think that, in all honesty, Antonio would be my second choice, and I talked to a few people about that today. I think that the Mayor Pro Tem, the reason that I'm voting for Marcy, let me just say that. The reason that I would be voting for Marcy is that the years of experience that she has under working with Joyce, working with Carol and the rest of the council, along with CML and everything, I think that those things are invaluable. And I think that they're things that come with time as we're working on council. I've only been on council for 2 years, but I've been working with the city for 10, feels like 15 kids. But, you know, the family has been greatly involved, and my knowledge just in those last 2 years has really improved in the city. And you have to remember, I had a council member that I lived with. I can only imagine how much knowledge that Marcy has. I am not qualified to be Mayor Pro Tem. And if I have to look at myself and say, I'm not qualified with only 2 years serving the city of Northland, that's why I would have to support Marcy as the longest running, and I'm sorry, Antonio, most qualified person.
Any other discussion from anyone? No? I'm going to add my 2 cents in that I also feel that seniority sometimes, I think, Antonio, you would be wonderful. I really do. I see you doing a great job, but I do think that seniority means a lot, and somebody that's put in 6 years has always gone out into the community and interfaced with everybody, answers the residents' questions all the time, gets back to them, attends all community events, is all in on the city, and she's proven that for 6 years. So that's why I would support Marcy. Okay. Anybody else? No? All right, so can we vote on Marcy first? Is that how we'll take the motion?
Sure, since that was the first motion made, that would be appropriate.
Okay.
If that motion passes, then there wouldn't be a need for a subsequent vote.
So can you open the vote? And the motion on the floor is for Marcy Whitman as Mayor Pro Tem.
The vote is open.
And everybody's voting?
Yes.
Yeah, yay or nay?
Yes, yes or no?
I'm not there yet, because I like that. Okay, well, I can't get my vote to come up. So, there we go. Wait. Okay, this is just a moment of suspense, right?
Okay, so I'll close that vote, and CR 130 with the name Marcy Whitman inserted fails. The 4 affirmative votes cast by Mayor Dodge, council members Joe Brown, Becky Brown, and Whitman.
Okay, and now we will vote on the motion to appoint Antonio Escobar as Mayor Pro Tem. Can you open the vote, Joanna?
The vote is open. I'll close that vote, and CR 130 with the name Antonio Escobar inserted passes with 1 no vote cast by Councilmember Whitman.
Congratulations, Mr. Escobar. Or anyway,
we're down. Not doing the resolution.
Yes. The next item on the agenda is the approval of appointments of the city council members to certain boards and commissions. And I would love it if we would take CR 131 through CR 151 together in one motion, please.
Second.
We have discussion?
After the motion is
Oh,
approved.
okay, sorry.
I really wasn't the first. I was opening it up. No, so yeah. So
And I'll second it.
Thank you. Flip it around. I appreciate it.
So
Mr.
Brown
Bell.
and Brown, first and second. Now, can open it up for discussion.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mayor Dodge. So firstly, I want to say thank you so much for all of the time and the effort and the countless hours that you've spent on the phone with so many of us, trying to assign, the committees that would fit the best for all of our interests and our qualifications. And I know that there are close to 20 committees and boards and commissions, so all of your effort was deeply appreciated. I just want to say, in the future, I'd really love to figure out how we as a council make sure that, before we're moving forward on doing council appointments, that we have all of our council members determined, that we have all of our council members seated. I know that Ward 2 has not been seated because that election is going to a recount because that, those two candidates are tied neck and neck. And so there's not a mandate on either side as far as who that council member should be. So I'd love to really work on that in the future to make sure that we have everybody seated and we're able to take stock of all of our talent and our experience at the table before we assign committees. Secondly, as a new council member, I would really love to have an orientation prior to our very first meeting. Council member Escobar is a wealth of information. I think that there's a lot of great knowledge that the staff can bring in, as well as the other council members that I would have really loved to have taken advantage of before having to sit up here and vote. So that being said, I have a couple of questions this evening that I hope you'll entertain. One is that as I was going through my packet, I noticed that Councilor Escobar only has one appointment. Councilor Lady, did I say that right, Meredith? Leidy, thank you. Has two, Councilor Whitman, Councilor Brown, Councilor Mullica, Councilor Sowers, and I all have three. And then Mayor Dodge, you have five. And then the winner of Ward 2 is expected to be appointed to 6 committees, which feels like a lot. So I'm curious what will happen once the Ward 2 councilor is seated. And, if they have any conflicts with the appointments, whether they're timing, interests, or professional, how will those be handled?
I spoke with every one of the council members and the boards that they have, if they only have one, and that is because that's what they wanted. So just to get that clear, I didn't assign that. Everybody kind of chose what they wanted. The organizational meeting has to occur per the charter a certain amount of days after the voting is certified by Adams County. And that is why we have to hold this. Now, I do understand that you would like the orientation before. We have an orientation upcoming, correct? On what date?
December 18th.
December 18th. So, yeah, it is a little bit. So there really is a time constraint there of getting the orientation done, having the organizational meeting. I know that it's not perfect with the Ward 2 person not being decided yet, but I do believe that we will assign those when that race is decided. And I think at that time, if people are interested in, there are some boards that need some members. And maybe when we're all together discussing it, somebody will find an interest in one. So we have no problem with adding other members to other committees. It isn't that Ward 2 person has to take all 6 committees. They can only take what they can handle. And sometimes, since I've been on council, there have been boards and commissions that have nobody serving on them. It's not great, but it has been done that way. So have I addressed all of the issues?
Yeah, so after that Ward 2 person has been seated, then we'll have a better sense of what will happen.
Yes.
And then, we'll have a conversation as a council about how to fill those individual seats.
Yeah, and the
Okay.
names can be changed on the resolutions. We'll just bring them back and we'll vote on them again with the new names.
Okay, excellent.
Because that is fair. I agree with that.
Okay, great. And I would love to work on, trying to ease a smoother transition in on the front end, whether that's changing ordinance or whatever, but that's obviously a later's problem. The second and only other question I have is, I just want to highlight that one of the things that I heard from residents as I was campaigning and knocking on doors was that people want to see more transparency in our government. They want to understand how and why we make the decisions that we make, which means that we should do a better job of talking about why we're making particular decisions and having a public discussion. I did the best that I could to educate myself about the scope of work on the committees. But given that I don't know all of the counselors around this table and that perhaps you do best of all, Mayor Dodge, I'm asking for you to briefly explain your reasoning for the appointments and what qualifications or reasons that you saw that each of the folks that you appointed to the committees would be a good fit.
Okay, well, through each one of them, you want me to address each one of the committees?
Sure.
Appointments. Okay. Because I do not have who I appointed to what on any of the agenda items, I'm going to kind of work from my memory, all right? Adams 12 School Board Liaison, that is Antonio and has been Antonio, and he loves serving on it, so I don't see why we wouldn't keep him there, and he wanted to stay on that. Business Relations Coordinator appointment, that's Marcy Whitman. Same idea. She has served as the Business Relations Coordinator for a few years now. She's great at it. She is a business owner. That is why I selected Marcy. And I didn't select these people. I talked with everybody about whether or not they wanted to remain on a committee or not. The CML representative and alternate representative, I let you have that because you told me that you were definitely interested in policy, and that's a great way to be involved in policy. And since I've been with the CML for years, I just took the alternate role. I get the policy more times than I need to hear it from the CML, so that is fine with me. Dr. Cog, representative and alternate, that's Jordan, and Jordan was interested, right, Jordan? You told me that you wanted that one.
Right.
And Julie is the alternate, yes. Okay, so they both wanted those positions. Finance Committee appointments, I definitely don't remember without the list in front of me.
That's Carol, Becky, and Ward 2.
Okay, Finance Committee, I just think that the older members are better on that one. I have never served on the Finance Committee, so wanted the opportunity because it is very important to the workings of what's going on with the city. I think Becky also would be great on it, and Ward 2 would be given the option as to whether or not they wanted.
I'm an accountant by trade, if that helps. So finance and anything that goes with that kind of makes sense for me. Those are what I love.
Mm-hmm. Historic Preservation Commission, Jenny, you wanted that one, so that is why you are that appointee. Legislative Policy Committee appointments, I think we only have Jordan on that one right now. So
Jordan
that's
and Ward
one to
2.
be discussed also in the future if there's other people who are interested in serving. Metro North Chamber of Commerce Business and Government Affairs Committee, I don't remember. Julie took that? Oh, that's right, you did take that one, okay. And you were interested in that, so that's good. North Area Transportation Alliance representative, that is also Julie. Julie gave me a very good background of why she wanted to do it. She had attended some meetings that pertain to it. She was perfect to do that. North Metro Fire Rescue District Board Liaison, Jordan. And Jordan expressed interest in that. Northland Arts and Humanities, I have served on that for years and I wish to remain on that. Also, the Senior Organization Liaison, that is also the same with me. That's my organization, and I feel that I would like to stay on that board. Northland Urban Renewal Authority appointment, that went to Becky Brown, and she expressed interest in it, and I know a few other members did, but it was also a history that she has from being on council for so long, and it's very important with the Northland Urban Renewal
For that
work
one,
that
I've
they
been
do.
attending the meetings. That's why I wanted to be on that, because I started attending and reading up on it and everything when we were starting to go towards the election.
Outside agency funding committee appointments, that's another one that I don't remember who the appointments are.
That one's Becky, Meredith, and Ward 2.
Becky, Meredith, and Ward 2. And Becky's familiar with what happens on the OAF committee. Meredith, I kind of explained a little bit to her, and she was okay with being on that one. And then Ward 2, just because it was open for another member if interest was there. Parks and Rec Advisory Board, ex officio member. I don't remember that one either.
That's me.
Jenny, okay. And Jenny, you wanted that. Parliamentarian, Becky. Becky has also been on council for a while, and I just believe that her personality is perfect to be the parliamentarian. Performance Appraisal Committee appointments, that's me. And the mayor has typically served on that committee, and that, I forget who the other members are. Marcy.
And Ward 2.
And Ward 2, okay. And Marcy also, you know, she's got the history, so I thought she was good for that. Ward 2 is definitely open to join. Planning Commission, ex officio member. That one's open, isn't that?
Oh, yeah, Ward 2.
Okay, all right. Rangeview Library District Board Liaison, that's Marcy, and Marcy has been interested in that forever. She's a great advocate for it. She always brings a great report back on the library district, so I think she's good where she is. Rocky Flats Stewardship Council Representative.
Ward 2.
That's another one that's definitely up for discussion. And then the Youth Commission ex officio member was Meredith, because she is a principal, and I thought that that was a good fit, and she was interested in it. So
Thank
that's all the
you.
boards and commissions.
No, that's great. Thank you. Are there any other committees that are not on this list for which Northglenn has a seat that we should be appointing for?
Not that I'm aware of.
What about the Urban Drainage and Flood Control District? Or even the SMART Committee? Don't we have a seat at both of those?
And the mayor has held those.
Okay, so you'll serve in those?
I would like to, yes. Because I've
trying to
never done
clarify.
it, so I would like to. And then they're also open for Ward 2 discussion too. So
okay,
I can't say now. I haven't even delved into those two yet. So
We can always attend any meeting we want. If there's a meeting that you want to go to, even if you're not assigned to it, you are more than welcome to go to it. As long as you let, Jim know if there's going to be more than, too much. Mayor Dodge, were you done? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I had one final comment, just
go.
that thank you again for doing this and for going through the exercise of saying out loud who was nominated and who would be serving and perhaps why.
Okay.
I think that exercise is really important, and I just, I really want to stress that, there are 3 new council members, and I'm sure that you remember when you were first elected that you brought a lot of experience and grit to the table as well. And so I don't want us to get into the business of only pushing forward folks who have been around for a long time, because I think we lose a lot of that new perspective and fresh ideas. And so I'll leave that there. And then, the other thing is Becky, do you feel like you've got a really robust background in being able to effectively run a meeting, and do you understand Robert's Rules of Order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Yeah. Thank you.
Definitely. I actually talked to Mayor about it because I wasn't sure that I actually wanted it. You know what I mean? That I wanted to accept it. So I talked to the mayor about it, talked it over, and decided that yes, I would go ahead and do that. So
Excellent.
I appreciate you asking the question, and I'm already proofreading memos and pulling stuff already. So yeah, I'm there with you.
Thank you.
Mayor Dodge, can I just ask
Yes.
a question? I just wanted to point something out. On the Performance Appraisal Committee,
yes.
Since I'm the only city council person that sat with the outgoing city council person for that committee, and understand the spreadsheets and all of that, I would like to throw my name in for that if it's something that I can do. If not, know that Joe will definitely come up and help whoever wants to. But yeah, I was the only one that stepped forward for that.
All right. So when we revisit some of these appointments after we have the Ward 2 council person, we can discuss that. How's that sound?
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Is there any other discussion from any members? I would like to add one thing. So I definitely felt that I did a fair job at addressing the appointments. I talked to everybody. I think there's a fine line, and I think while you maybe think that I'm not appreciating new members, I also think there has to be an appreciation for history and for what people have done in the past. So that's a balancing act, and I think I did the best that I could with that. All right, well, the motion on the floor is to approve resolution CR 131 through CR 151 as one motion. And we already have a second. So Joanna, will you open the vote, please?
The vote is open. I will close that vote, and CR 131 through CR 151 all pass unanimously.
Thank you. All right, we are adjourned, and I am inviting everyone to a lovely reception that we have in the Senior Center, which is over in the Recreation Center, where you can kind of mix and mingle with new and old council members and just say hi and congratulations. So thank you all for coming tonight.
So do we? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wait.